In this video, I will show you a framework that can help you to get more self-aware regarding a specific topic or an issue or something that bothers you about yourself in your personal life. And it helps you to have this issue structured in a specific way so you better understand it on a deep level and therefore become more self-aware about it. So let's look right into the framework, and it's very similar to the so-called neurological levels or logical levels invented by Robert Dills, who was a big contributor to neurolinguistic programming. Maybe you have heard about that as well, but I have changed it a little bit, adapted a little bit to my needs. And yeah, so let's get right into it. And I will explain it to you on the example of shyness, because I had this big YouTube podcast talk about shyness, and I was talking about different levels like context level, behavioral level of shyness, internal strategy or skill level, and then the identity level and the beliefs level below. So this is basically the framework for this to better understand it and visualize it. And you can see there's different levels. And up there I've written, become more self-aware through your issues by understanding them on a structural level. Really, every issue you have is valuable information to grow and become more self-aware about yourself. This is a frame that I want to set from the beginning. Another important thing is that this framework might help you or might not help you. It's not the objective truth. It's not for everyone, but you can just listen to it now through this video and see if you feel comfortable with it and if it feels applicable for you. And then you can see if it helps you to deal with your issue, become more self-aware about it, and maybe you already feel some change in your issue after you apply it. So let's get first into the lowest level, the context level. So the context states, depending where you are, in which context you are, you show more or less of your issue, let's say the shyness that you have. And let's say in a nightclub, you have a different shyness than at home, or when you're with your family, you're not so shy, maybe talking to your parents, compared to talking some stranger. Or you talk to your friends. For example, when you're going out with your friends, you are less shy than you go out by yourself. It's a different context, you know? So there's different levels of shyness depending on the context. That means the context is very important, might determine your shyness, and you might not be a shy person at all. Just in very specific situations, you are very shy. So, okay, this is one way to understand your shyness. Then there's the behavioral level. The behavioral level might say you show certain shy behavior, like you cannot look straight into the eyes of someone else. This is like from outside monitorable behavior. Someone can observe it from outside, your behavior. Like you talk to someone, you approach someone, that's behavior. It's on the behavioral level. Or you can open your mouth and you can say hi to someone. This is behavior. And you might be able to show it, or you might not be able to show it. And depending on your shyness, you can describe it on the behavioral level. And maybe there is your issue. You cannot show the behavior for some reason. And the question is, why don't you show the behavior? And maybe the answer will be found on the next level. The level of strategies, skills, and competencies. Like you don't show the behavior because you don't know how to do it. You don't have the skill for it. You don't have the experience with it. You don't have the competency to approach someone. You have never done this in your entire life, and that's why you don't do it. Or you have never really faced someone on eye level for more than 1 minute, and then you had to look away. So you don't have this confident look. You never did it. You don't have the skill. That's why you don't have it. If you had the skill, it's a pure training thing for you. If you had the skill, the strategy, the competency for this, you could do it easily. There's nothing else blocking you, you know? And this is how your shyness might be determined. Okay, maybe there's another layer behind this that is blocking you to actually acquire these skills. It might be in the beliefs and values level. You might have restricting beliefs like, I'm not worthy to talk to strangers, I'm not good enough, or I believe that I will get rejected, I will believe that I will get negative feedback, I believe that other people don't like me. This might be the beliefs level that you have that is restricting you. Or the belief might be, I should not talk to strange people, or to stranger people, I should wait for them to talk to me first. Or I should wait for some kind of signals from other people that invite me to talk to them, like positive signals. Before that, I would not talk to them and I would remain shy. Or the belief might be, I have nothing important to say to other people. I have nothing interesting to say. I'm not an interesting person. Or it can be on the values level, like my value is to be more modest and be more by myself. I don't need other people. And these values, of course, enforce your shyness and explain your shyness. Same like the beliefs. And above these beliefs and values, there's the needs level. So regarding shyness, there's usually a suffering in the needs level. For example, like in the needs for relationship, the need for connection with other people, with new people, with a partner, find a partner. And this might be like the suffering that you have, but there might be, on the other hand, also the need for self-protection, self-preservation. And if you would get negative feedback from someone and see that you are not likable, that you get rejected, it might be hurtful for your need of self-protection and self-preservation. So this might be the reason why you are actually shy. And developing a shy mindset, a shy belief system, value system, therefore not developing strategies, skills and competencies to be less shy, and therefore not showing the behavior, and therefore not going into contexts that might force you to become less shy, or go to certain events maybe where you are forced to show a less shy version of yourself. Okay, you see, all these things, all these levels depend on each other and give permanent feedback loops towards each other, enforce each other. One level influences the next level. Okay, and next level is the most important one, because if your issue, for example, the shyness, is engraved into this level, of course, it will block all the development on the lower levels and make it impossible. So the answer why all your behavioral training and skills training is not working out might be because it is stuck on the identity level. Okay, identity or personality or self or I or ego, whatever you want to call it. You might tell yourself, I'm more the lone wolf kind of person. That's my identity. That's who I am. Or I'm an introvert. That's who I am. I'm never gonna change. This is my stable personality. That's my identity. Or I'm a sucker and loser and nobody ever wants to talk to me. I am a boring person. I am an uninteresting person. Of course, this is a belief as well, but this is a belief about your self-concept, about your self-image. And therefore, it determines your identity. And if you feel like this, identity is not just a belief system, but it's also strongly emotionally attached. And both of them make it incredibly hard to change. You cannot just change your thought, but you have to also change how you feel about yourself. And this is what makes it extremely hard. On the beliefs level, okay, you can change the belief, you can crack up the mindset. But on the identity level, there's also some emotional work to do. There is stuff like self-love, self-acceptance. This is something maybe you have to go back to your younger self, to your child self, and kind of come to peace with it. Take it into their arms, self-nurture yourself in a way. And maybe there's some healing work to do, first of all. So this might be something bigger to work on with real therapeutical work. And if you're blocked on this level, of course, no kind of confidence training or shyness training will work out for you. Okay, these are kind of the left sides marked in blue. These sides are internally influenced. But of course, there's also another side that is externally influenced, and especially on the identity level. Your family, the group that you belong to. Like, for instance, like the example on my podcast is like Indian men in Germany belong or feel they belong to the group of Indians. Therefore, there's some specific group thinking around this. And I call this like group identity or belonging or the collective ego. And this, of course, is also part of your identity. That's why I have it on the same level. But it's not your authentic identity, it's a programmed identity from outside, from your group. And this is something you just have to see and understand, that this is something artificial, but of course, it can also be beneficial to you. If you feel you belong to a group of people who are not so shy, then of course it would help you overall to be less shy in total. So this is something you can use, or you can move away from if it's limiting you and blocking you from your goal to become less shy. On top, you see there is some area of spirituality and mission, which is basically goes beyond your internal influence and the external influence, which is something completely different. Therefore, it's a different color. If you say, hey, I feel enlightened, or I have a spiritual mission kind of to talk to as many people as possible, and it does not matter to me what any reaction is. I'm completely free from this because it's my big mission. I have to go around and talk to a lot of people about something that is very important. So this is something that goes beyond yourself, beyond your ego. And therefore, this is a completely different level that also can help you, give you resources, give you abilities, and which is actually beyond your identity. This is more than you, basically, your mission or your spirituality. All right. But as you can see, all of these layers determine each other. And now the big value is for you to look at the issue you might have, if it is shyness or if it is something completely different, in which of these layers is my topic involved? Where is it starting? And there you can ask the questions, you will get the answers. And then you will understand it structured and see it in front of you. And this gives you a feeling really to see through it, understand it, and better be aware of it, be conscious about it. And therefore, you will be self-aware about it. And at this point, you can understand where you have to work on which level you have to work on. You should always work on the highest level where the issue is kind of involved with. And there you have to start, and then work your way down. Of course, it's also possible to change something from bottom up. It's also possible, but the better way is from top down. That's the easier way. It's a more profound way. I hope this video has helped you. And if so, please give it a thumbs up. If you need personal help, I will put my website down here in the description so you can reach out to me. And thank you for watching. See you next time.